My name is Calvin Valentine and we are here to make history. This is a request video. So I have two Instagram handles where I get messages here and there. Got a modeling one and one more fitness strict orientated. So this was a request on my modeling Instagram page talking about deficit. I'll be explaining exactly everything you need to know about being in a deficit. Let's go! Break it down. What is a deficit? A deficit is basically being in a deficit of calories. So think of it like this. Everybody's calorie output will be slightly different. My calorie output will be different for somebody else's. Let's just say who's in a desk job. Vice versa. Let's say Mo Farah, the marathon runner. His output energy will be much different to mine. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own personal settings. Your calorie output is linked to everything you do in the day. It's also linked with your weight, your age, your height, so many factors. Before we even get into that deficit, going into that, deficit to lose weight or whatever your goals are, everybody has a TDEE, a total daily energy expenditure. How much you utilize and use in a day. So, in lay terms, if you are consuming more calories, than you are burning in a day, you will gain weight. Vice versa, if you are consuming less calories than you should be naturally burning in a day, you will lose weight. Think of it like a scale. Scale, your body's in the middle. If it uses more energy, as in more calories, it's going to gain weight. Opposite way, if it loses less calories, it's going to be in a deficit and lose weight. Let's talk about that deficit. If the body is in a deficit for a consistent amount of time, you will eventually start to lose body fat because the body has to draw the energy from somewhere. It needs to pull it from somewhere. Think of it as, for example, that stubborn belly fat, for example. After a while, if you're being consistent, it will have to draw that energy from somewhere. But what they don't tell you is sometimes your body can draw that energy from your protein synthesis, that rich protein. This is why it's always important. It is always important to keep your protein synthesis high, especially if you're trying to preserve and keep those muscle gains. So as you can see, it's literally that simple. To lose body fat, for example, you need to be in some sort of deficit. There are two main ways of getting into a deficit without all those complicated, math equations here and this and you just get confused. There are two simple ways of getting into a deficit. So one is eating less, literally that simple, eating less. And two, burning more calories during the day through energy output. Think of doing sports like football, rugby, running, whatever sport you want to go into. Do more sports, just be more active during the day. It can literally be as simple as just walking more. The aim is to be in the deficit and doing more than you were doing yesterday. So as stated previously, the longer you're in a deficit, or the more deficit you are in during the day, you will lose more body fat. But wait, you don't want to be too much. You don't want to be too much into a deficit because it's not going to be sustainable and you're going to revert back to your old ways. So stay anywhere in a range of around 500 calories in a deficit. So for effective fat loss, try and be, whatever your daily calories is for the day, try and be minus 500 from that. So let's just say you are 3,000 calories in a day. Try and be 2,500 calories in a day, and that's how you can consistently lose weight over time. Slow and steady truly wins the race. You'll see. And guess what? It is literally that simple. That's all you need to know about being in a deficit. that simple. So make the gains happen for yourselves. And if your goal is to be in a deficit, get into that deficit safely and efficiently and make it consistent. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you go subscribe and wait. If you didn't already know, I have an ebook already out that explains this in much more detail and many more topics to help you continue to excel those gains. Ebook link is in video description. Remember, we must make history. Why? Because you and I, we have one life.